Oh, hi there, Bearing here. You know what I've been thinking about lately is how the world is, right? You got war with Russia and Ukraine, and that's fucked. You've got inflation at 9.1% in America, and that's fucked. And housing prices are going down, so my house is worth less now, and that's fucked. And you've got men fucking monkeys. Hey! And causing monkeypox somehow. What the is monkeypox? Stop fucking monkeys! But then, ladies and gentlemen, I thought of an even thing. And if you don't think is a word, it's going to become a word because I just invented it. It's Look it up in the dictionary. Quick sponsor. You're more likely to have your data compromised than ever. In 2020 alone, 500,000 user accounts belonging to a popular video conferencing app were stolen and sold on the deep web. Usernames and passwords were sold for as low as a penny. Relying on big tech companies to protect you is no longer an option. That's why I'm such a big advocate of VirtualShield. VirtualShield is a no-log VPN that helps protect your private data from hackers. Protecting yourself takes seconds and works on all your devices. Try VirtualShield risk-free for 30 days and receive 50% off for life by going to virtualshield.com/bear or using the link below. Okay, friends, here's my big dilemma. I got up for a piss the other night, right, and I turned the lamp on and I'm sitting on the side of the bed and one of my nuts was hanging out. I think it was the left one. And I looked down and I thought, wow, that's such an ugly thing. A nut. Why would God give people a nut or a set of nuts? I mean, chicks have got it good. They've got this little vagina pouch thing just in the middle of their legs and they can sort of tuck it in. It's not like a chick gets up in the middle of the night and sees a flap hanging out. Yet us guys have to get up and see a nut hanging out. And the older you get, the more nut hangs out. It looks like a little brain. Remember that little brain from Ninja Turtles? Krang, or what's his name? It's like a pair of crangs. You got a pair of crangs that just hang out. And the hotter it gets, the lower they go. And I'm sitting there looking at my nut going, well, I've really got to have a piss now. But I went into this deep philosophical...
In the beginning.
But I went into this deep philosophical...
In the beginning.
Philosophical.
Like esophagus.
Philosophical brain fart, right? And I'm sitting there staring at my balls for like 40 seconds and I'm like, wow, why would you want to get these attached to you? And then I thought about trans men, like trans men, like chicks that decide they're men and then they become dudes, right? And so they get like a strip of flesh from their arm or from their thigh and they make the cock out of that. And I don't know what they do. I think they like put a hole in it so they can piss out of it or something. And that's all good and well. You do what you want to do. That's fine. But what about the ball sack? I mean, you can't present as a man without a ball sack. And so it got me wondering, where do you get the ball sack from? Is there a specialist surgeon that's like, yeah, I did like 8 years at university and now I specialise in fake ball sacks? And I realise men get ball implants who like have testicular cancer and shit like that. But like, what about attaching a ball sack? Like, men have already got a sack to work with, so you could just chuck a couple of marbles in there or rubber balls or prosthetics or something. But where do they get the skin from? Where does the pouch come from? I think it was George Carlin said you could take excess skin from the elbow because that kind of, if you stretch it out, it kind of looks like a nut sack. Or from your knee. Or they could just get like ball sack donors from like 80-year-old dead people and you just get their hands. You know how their hands are always wrinkly and they just like extract the skin from their hands and make a ball pouch out of that. And the benefit is they'll already be hairy. You can't lose. And anyway, no matter where you take the ball pouch skin from, if it's hairless, can you transplant hair to there? Like, can you just go to advanced hair? Yeah.
Advanced hair? Yeah.
And get like a ball hair graft? I don't think you can. And obviously they can't make them function. Like, they don't produce semen and shit like that. But like, they could at least make them hurt if you get kicked in them. Like, that's a staple of having a set of nuts. If someone kicks you in the nuts, it hurts. I mean, I suppose you could always transplant a set of balls with a couple of Cadbury cream eggs. That way, if you get kicked in the nuts, some white goo comes out, and it would be kind of like resembling biology. But anyway, that was the thought that baffled me today. Where do trans people get their nuts from? Look, seriously, if there's any nut doctors out there, please respond in the comments. Or at my gay step-half brother-in-law's Twitter account, bskills, that's with 3 L's, with an at the front, because it's Twitter. Anyway, I think this is something that society needs to seriously discuss. I've been Bearing. Thank you very much for watching. Ta-ta, goodbye.
Recession, session. Give me better times, give me